December 1943. A lone American bomber staggers through the sky, engines failing, tail shredded, crew half dead. Any German pilot would have finished the job. But one man made a decision that defied war itself. Franz Stigler, a Luftwaffe ace with dozens of kills, takes off that morning. He spots the crippled B-17. Smoke pouring, gunners dead, the plane barely holding together. This was his chance. One more kill meant instant glory, medals, honor. But as Franz closes in, he sees the faces inside. Wounded men clinging to life. A pilot, pale and desperate, fighting just to stay airborne. It wasn't a battle anymore, it was an execution. And right there, Stigler hesitated. Instead of pulling the trigger, he made the unthinkable choice. He lowered his guns, he pulled alongside the bomber, and he locked eyes with the American pilot, Charlie Brown. In that silent moment, enemies became something else. Franz saluted, then escorted the dying bomber out of German airspace, ensuring it survived. One act of mercy, in the middle of the most brutal war in history. The bomber landed safely, the crew lived, and for decades the story stayed hidden, until 40 years later, Charlie Brown tracked down the German pilot who had spared them. The two men met, not as enemies, but as brothers. One decision, one moment of compassion changed history. You've just seen how one man, Franz Stigler, chose mercy over destruction and saved lives in the skies. But history doesn't stop there. Decades later, another man faced an even greater choice, not in the air, but deep under the ocean. And this time, the fate of the entire world was on the line. Imagine the world nearly ended because of a single button. And the man who stopped it? Not a president, not a general, but someone history almost forgot. October 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Atlantic is swarming with American warships, cutting off access to Cuba. Deep beneath the surface, the Soviet submarine B-59 is trapped. The crew is exhausted, suffocating in unbearable heat, cut off from Moscow. They believe the war has already begun. The commander gives a terrifying order. Prepare the nuclear torpedo, a single strike powerful enough to wipe out an American aircraft carrier. If launched, it would trigger World War III. But there's a rule. 3 senior officers must agree to fire. 2 already said yes, only one man stands in the way. His name, Vasili Arkhipov. Calmly, Arkhipov refused. He argued this was a misunderstanding, that Moscow had not authorized war. In the suffocating silence of the submarine, his decision carried more weight than any weapon on board. After heated debate, the order was withdrawn. That day, the world came within a single second of nuclear annihilation. Not because of powerful leaders, but because one quiet officer said no. Vasili Arkhipov, the man who saved the world and never asked for glory,